Greensboro, North Carolina. It's the third largest metropolis in the beautiful southern state. It's home to the UNCG Spartans, ACC basketball, and Chris Daughtry of American Idol fame, just to name a few. And as night falls over the city on any given weekend, the heart of the local music scene comes to life in a small and unassuming bar called the Somewhere Else Tavern. The tavern, or as it is often called, Sweat, has been hosting all ages original music shows for nearly 40 years. Its owner, Burley Hayes, has been the torchbearer for local music in the area, giving musicians of all ages, experience levels, and bands of all genres a place where they can come and share their art with like-minded individuals. To many, this place feels like a home, and the people here become family. And a little over a month ago, due to new ownership and rising rent costs, Burley and his wife Crystal found out that they were going to be forced to close the tavern and give up what they and many others hold so dear. To many, Sweat is not just a building, it's a way of life, the spirit of the North Carolina music scene and artistic freedom. Most of the footage you're about to see was filmed during a 4-day farewell festival leading up to the Somewhere Else Tavern's very last show on New Year's Eve of 2018. It was one last chance for the people that had supported and been a part of Somewhere Else for years, and for Burley and his family to show everyone that they were indeed loved somewhere else.
I'm Burley Hayes. I'm with Somewhere Else Tavern in Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm a resident of Greensboro all my whole life, and I'm in the rock and roll business. My family started Somewhere Else on July 3rd, 1979. It was a family thing, and my father had a curb market, opened up the tavern probably a couple years after we had the curb market business. Basically, we started doing music a couple months after we were open, and progressed to original music, and basically doing 39 years of music, original music. My oldest brother that was with me had a drug problem, and I had to confront him with it, and he basically kicked me out of the tavern, and I found this place in the middle of the night and come in with a flashlight and work the terms out and begin to rock and roll again.
It's already hard enough in a place like Martinsville to find an outlet to be constructive, and then we come all the way out here to Greensboro and now they want that this one. So
the point is fostering that creativity, fostering that kind of environment in a place like this. It doesn't matter if you know you're not the best thing ever. If you come in here, your family. You know what I mean? And I'm really gonna miss that. I really am. I'm gonna miss that.
Whenever a place closes down, man, it just kind of, like Jason was saying, kind of just pigeonholes you into being that, you know, cut rate copy band, you know, just to make a quick buck, or, you know, and really the getup is that now, like, the environment's kind of changed insofar as all of these places that are left to play, they don't actually book any bands anymore, and, you know, so you're left to do all the legwork.
I've seen a multitude of faces and bands and chances given here. Burley has been just amazing for people in general.
Up at single swim. They say to me, oh no, don't waste your life.
There's not a lot of places like anywhere, including locally, you know, that just have the spirit that this place has. You know, when I had nothing else, nowhere to go, I could always come here. And if I didn't have a dime in my pocket, I could pick up cigarette butts and catch a free show, you know, and take out the trash and, you know, clean the bathrooms, fix shit, whatever. Like, Burley's always just been really, really good to me, and always given me a place to kind of call home.
Yeah, the cool thing about this place is that they do a lot for local music and the local scene. They don't allow any covers, so you can definitely get experimental, bring whatever you have, and whatever you have is welcome. Just feels like home.
Yeah, I think the main thing is that they don't really censor anything. You can go up there and play anything from polka to death metal, and they'll let you play. And as long there's so much openness and originality that you get just a wide range of acts. And one of the cool things is, we're kind of a classic hard rock act, but we wind up playing with bands of all types when we come here that we maybe wouldn't have played with in another venue.
It just puts you on anytime. I can call Burley anytime and be like, hey man, you got a spot open. He'd find something.
Burley's never been picky about what kind of bands play at the tavern. You can have anything from a country rock band to a deathcore band playing there even the same night, and the crowd always gets along. Like, you never see this animosity, well, your music sucks or this and that and the other. Burley's always been good about combining these shows and having people have a good time. That's one of the things I love the most about the tavern.
I started working for Burley, that was July of 2003. And I've just kind of been with them ever since then. I've watched the different bands come in and out. I've watched different people come in and out of our lives. I've watched people that we love very much in bands leave us, pass away. And no matter what changes in any of our lives, no matter how bad things get, no matter what new situations come up, the one thing that has always been really consistent in my life and most of the musicians that I know is the Somewhere Else Tavern. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of day you have, you can go to Sweat on a Friday, check out some bands and listen to some crazy story from Burley and everything's gonna be all right.
Didn't matter how crappy I was, how crappy I sounded playing guitar back then, before I got good or doing whatever I was doing. Burley, I could just call him and I could be like, hey man, I'm in this whatever band. Can I come play? And it didn't matter what I was doing, man. Burley just be like, yeah man, I got this show on this night and come on. When are you gonna play? When do you wanna play? I could always come here, man. This place gave me an outlet. And then I turned, I had this time in my life where I turned to drugs and it ruined everything. It took the music away from me. But you know what? Burley was there. He was like, man, we ain't gonna get off that dope, man. We ain't gonna get off that dope. It's like, get off of it, but he never put me down. This place and the people that were here at this place never put me down. These people were here for me, man. Like, the music was here for me.
To me, what makes the tavern special is Burley. Burley and the crew. But it's the people, the energy when we played there. Burley was always really cool, and he'd give bands a shot that most other club owners wouldn't give time of day. That's what made the tavern what it was.
For me, as a kid growing up in North Carolina, and there's probably a lot of kids like this, I was never the most academically gifted. I was never, athletically gifted. I had, music and rock and roll. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I was interested in. That's what I was passionate about. And the Somewhere Else Tavern in Burley gave me and my band a place where we could get our start and we could, have our time to shine on Friday and Saturday nights and have our friends come out and cheer us on while we were on stage. So, it laid the groundwork for us having some amazing experiences in our life. And, I'm forever grateful to the Tavern in Burley for, giving us a place to share our art and share our love for music with other people.
Dude, this place is a beacon for the broken, for everybody to come home. For everybody to come here and be okay, and everybody to come here and express themselves. If you're angry, Burley will say, man, get out there and let it out. If you're happy, hey, what are you happy about? This place is so much more than just this ragged building, you know. It's so much more than myself or Burley sitting at the door. Like, I try to tell people that Sweat is its entity all its own. It's this spirit of artistry and love that just kind of lingers. And the music scene doesn't change, just the people in and out of it change, but it stays alive.
Yeah, you're never going to get that sense of family and that rapport that you build up over like 10, 12 years of playing in some way. You know, like I said, you know, we were 17, 18 years old when we first started playing this joint, you know, and like I said, you know, Burley and Crystal and Sonny and all those people, they were great to us, man. They walk out with something in your hand, they treat you like family when you walk through the door, they inspire you, they try and pick you up.
You grow coming here. I grew up coming here, you know. My musical style and my taste and everything has changed through this place.
This place gave me a place to cultivate my sound, you know, cultivate a fan base, cultivate my art. So many other people, you know, feel the same way I know. I've played probably 100 shows here to an empty room, and I've probably played 100 shows here to a room full of people. And it you know, the nights where we weren't doing so well, like, we taught me to go back to the drawing board and figure it out, you know, like I said, it taught me a lot. There's so much. If these walls could talk, you know, like, there's so much history and art here, and just
They always make you feel at home. I mean, they're up there cheering. I mean, well, Burley's not, but Crystal is. And every time we come here, we feel at home. We get a decent crowd. We get a good reaction, and it's one of the few places where you can come and play original music and not, you know, have to sell tickets to do it or you know, jump through a bunch of crazy hoops.
I think the tavern closing is going to affect mostly the kids. It's going to sound cheesy, but I'm a firm believer in, you know, introducing kids to music and having them stick to that. A lot of the schools are pulling music out of the curriculum. Again, Burley will have these kids come to the tavern and play these shows at 12 years old. And you watch these kids playing guitars better than some adults that have been playing for years. And these kids actually look forward to coming there and playing, and it's nothing to see a young band playing and their whole family, parents, even grandparents, come up there and spend time with their kids, enjoying their kids and their friends, and you know. And the tavern closing is going to take that away. Like, in my eyes, I think that's just going to open up an opportunity for these kids to get in trouble. They got nowhere to go. With the tavern being closed, they got nowhere to go.
I think when the tavern is gone, you know, a lot of those kids that only have music and rock and roll to turn to as their passion, you know, they're not going to have a place where they can get their start. They're not going to have something to aspire to, you know, a place where they can go play. And I think it's going to lead to a lot of them turning further into drugs and violence. You know, it's going to have a big negative impact on this community, for sure.
I think it's a huge loss in some aspects. You know, I think it would be, you know, it's not a huge loss if Burley or somebody can, you know, pick up where Burley left off with a similar venue. I don't know of any other venue who gives, you know, local musicians, local bands, and things like that a shot. You know, especially the young, you know, the young bands and. You know, lesser experienced bands and stuff. Everybody needs somewhere to start, and I think that's a, you know, a huge loss.
It takes having your heart in the right place to do something right. You know, it's never been in it for the money. I hadn't had a paycheck in 10 years, you know, but it's the love of what I do and the reasonings behind it. You know, I mean, not every place, like I said, you just can't go and play a place. You know, you have to be somebody or, you know, own up to their expectations, you know. But Somewhere Else has never been that way. It's always been a place where you can come in and do your thing, you know, and be yourself. And I don't ask anything of anybody except for you to, you know, support your art, you know.
For myself, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be lost. Because every time I go off in some new endeavor in life or take on something new in my career field or whatever dream I'm chasing, which Burley has always supported no matter what. He supports everybody's dreams. I mean, that's why he's here. He has nothing to show for it but all the people that love him because of all the support that he's given everybody. But I know that, you know, for myself, I have no idea what I'm gonna do because this has been my consistency.
Somewhere Else has been a big part of everybody's life. And I want to continue this dream. And it's going to be hard doing it when you're doing something with nothing. And I hope this gets out to some people that realize that this needs to be done. Just not for my sake, just for the sake of music and musicians, because the meek shall inherit the earth, you know. I want to do it in my power, what I can do to find a way to keep it going. I mean, it's touched so many lives that I just want it to continue, man.
Rock and roll Jesus, you know I'll be back soon. But I can't see you from this run-down dressing room. The sounds of casters rolling through that holy tomb. Rock and roll Jesus, watch us fill this empty room. Rock and roll Jesus, you know I paid my due. So stand my hand now, come on home, man, let me through. Stumbling in, I just came to see the show. Rock and roll Jesus, you're the best I've ever known. So take me home. Take me home. Well, come on, children, forgotten and alone. Got that rhythm you can feel down in your soul. No, I'll save you from the wreckage and the road. Come on, children, you know this could be your home. Come on now, take me home. Take me home. Rock and roll Jesus, I'm headed for your door. So cue the lights and fill the life out on that floor. Strike the band up, push those faders way past him. Rock and roll Jesus, you know you're my greatest friend. Come on now, take me home. Take me home. Take me home. Take me
So this is it. As I promised, I am going to do a live video of us taking the sign off the stage. Let me turn it around so I can come up there and help Stefan, and you guys won't laugh if I cry because it's kind of a big deal to me, and I'm sure to a lot of you also. This is the last chance we will ever see the Somewhere Else Tavern sign. Yes, you're on. The end.